hold up. Nah. You telling me that you got insecure, jealous, envious, pettiness black folks mad at Shakur Stevenson for identifying with his Puerto Rican side? Because he identified as being Latino alongside being African American? Why are certain black folks in the boxing community want to be the face of racism? And I ain't talking about the victim. In the boxing community, y'all don't want to say it. Some people don't want to say it, but I'm going to keep it real. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Certain black folks in this boxing community wants to be the face of racism. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know Top Rank put up a poster in their social media platform. Y'all already know, celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month. And in that poster, they got Navarrete, they got Estrada, they got Oscar Valdez, they got Teofimo Lopez, and they got Shakur Stevenson. And it's unfortunate, as I read tweets, hear people talk, people calling Shakur Stevenson that he's a coon. Really? Shakur Stevenson is not really Puerto Rican. Why they got Shakur Stevenson there? Because Shakur Stevenson identified with his Latino side. There's black folks that's mad. Really? Nah. He black. He black. Okay, he black and he Latino. What's wrong with that?
You represent the Puerto Rican fan base as well. And the Puerto Rican fan base been yearning that star power. It's been missing since Trinidad, Cotto. How you feel about representing and bringing that fan base back to where it used to where it used to be? They got their hero. They got a hero to fight to cheer for.
I appreciate them, especially the ones that accept me. Honestly, I look at it like this: if they accept me, I appreciate them, and I would love to do a fight there one day and put on a show for them too.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. From my experience, and I know a lot of people got the same experience as being a Dominican descendant. My parents Dominican and stuff like that. We mix with other things and things of that nature. And of course, rocking this beautiful tan color, right? Seems like certain black folks, not all, certain black folks want to control who or what you identify as. I'm talking about nationality. I'm talking about ethnicity. I ain't talking about the Caitlyn Jenners. I ain't talking about men that want to identify as a woman because they feel like, or a woman want to identify as a man. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about Bellevue Hospital type of identity crisis, right? I'm talking about black folks in this community. Certain black folks in this community, you got a problem because Shakur Stevenson is identified with what he is, who he is. Puerto Rican. His father's Puerto Rican. Why is everything, oh no, but he black. Okay. And then, and look at this. And I'm gonna give an example on how certain black folks, and I think this happened in the entertainment world as well, that certain black folks want to control who you identify. If you say, oh, I'm Puerto Rican, man, you black. If you say you black, man, you Puerto Rican. You want to control it.
Always been cool and love to be a black woman.
Yeah.
I am a black woman that was born in the island of Puerto Rico that speaks Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm confused the shit out of somebody right now, but go ahead.
But why?
Because you're Puerto Rican.
I am Puerto Rican, but
But what's the problem? Is it hurting your feelings? What is it? I thought that, Latinos and black folks, we share a community. We have the camaraderie. We know the poverty. We know our structure. We know the unfortunate background, the unfortunate circumstances that we live and we're raised and we're neighbors and stuff like that. And then there's them undertone racism in our community that people don't want to talk about. And this is what you're seeing. This is what you're seeing on Twitter. This is what you're seeing in boxing. Because a lot of people don't really want to talk about that in the community of black and Latinos, with all the camaraderie that we have, with all the love, there's also this little undertone racism. And it could be towards each other. It could be like that. Yeah, sometimes Latino also play the same game, like with David Benavidez, when they were saying that he's not really a Mexican, that he's Ecuadorian and stuff like that. Yeah, even Latinos play those games as well. But for the most part, in this community, it's disgusting to hear and to read people having a problem with Shakur Stevenson, like calling him a fake and stuff like that. Huh? There's people that saying, well, I mean, Shakur Stevenson was never raised in the Puerto Rican culture. He shouldn't identify with that culture. He ain't Puerto Rican. He don't know nothing about that. He don't speak no Spanish and stuff like that, man. Daddy So Garcia don't speak no Spanish. Does that mean he's not Latino? Ryan Garcia don't speak Spanish. Does that mean that he's not Latino? Really? So now, because you don't speak the language, because you don't speak the language, you're not Latino. You're not Spanish. You're not Latino. You're not Hispanic. Black folks call themselves African. You don't speak the language, right? Some of y'all don't speak the African language. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper so you can have a better understanding. Let me give you this example. We all didn't experience slavery, but some of the people identify with it. You didn't experience racism. You didn't live in that time. Y'all don't know what racism is. Y'all don't know what slavery is. But you still, there's people out there that still embody the victimhood-ish, You ain't oppressed. Why you acting like you're oppressed? You didn't experience that. You shouldn't identify with none of that. You shouldn't identify with slavery, racism, oppression. You don't know that. You didn't live that. That's not your culture. That was not your culture. This ain't no 1950s, 1960s. Some of the people right now saying, damn, you sound ignorant right now. Just like you sound when you're trying to diss Shakur Stevenson for identifying, for being what he is and what he knows. And if he experienced, well, how do you know that he doesn't experience? Maybe it wasn't in his household because he wasn't raised with his father, but that doesn't mean it's community. And that doesn't mean also that he can't celebrate and learn the culture right now. Just like we adopt cultures all over the place. Look, I'm from New York City, man. We adopt every culture, man. You could be chilling with the Koreans in Koreatown. You could be with the Chinese in Chinatown. You could be with the Jews in Williamsburg. You could be with the Dominicans in Washington Heights. And you could be with the black folks in Harlem and Hispanics. Everybody, man, it's a melting pot. That's the beautiful thing about being in New York tri-state area. Shout out to everybody, all the boroughs and ish like that. It's unfortunate that certain black folks have become the face of racism in the sport of boxing. There's not enough white fighters, so, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say what people don't want to say. In the YTBC especially, in boxing, seems like the certain black folks want the blacks, and they mess it up for everybody else. Because my beautiful black people, my strong, beautiful black people that love thyself and love everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Those are different. Those are different. Now, there's always bad apples in every ethnicity, every race, or whatever you want to call it, right? There's a whole bunch that like to spoil it for others. And I want to know why. Why? Why do you want to control how Latinos, especially Latinos of my complexion, because I know that's what it is as well, it's colorism, right? Why do you want to identify? If somebody be like, hey, yo, I'm Cuban. No, you black though. I know, but I'm Cuban, but I'm Dominican, but I'm Puerto Rican. Why you got a problem with that? He's trying to tell you, if a man is telling you that he's Dominican, and then you're like, nah, but you black. He's saying, look, this is my culture, Dominican. Yo como arroz, habichuela, listen to merengue, tú sabes, reggaeton, bachata, y toda esa vaina. That's what he's trying to say. So you want to identify him being African American. Because saying black, especially in this country, see, they don't play that little black and white, that little crayon box that people still look. And at the end of the day, I don't even know why people still identify themselves with white and black. What is that? What is that? What is that? To be honest, no. Let's be real. What is that? Black and white. What is that? Because the people just identify you. They put a word out there because before people ain't call each other blacks, they ain't call each other white. Irish, Polish, Italians, Nigerian, Guyana, South African, you know what I'm saying? Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Russian, Ukrainian, Kazakhstanian, Brazilian, Cantonese, Vietnamese. What's this? Black, white, white, black. What's that? Anyway. Shakur Stevenson, man, be proud to identify with what your father is, was, and what your mother is. You represent them. And then you represent your children represents you. It's a beautiful thing to have a matter of fact, we just humans, man. At the end of the day, we brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of the Most High. God don't care about really how we look. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you got a bunch of kids and you love your children and your children comes from a white woman or a black woman or Hispanic woman or Indian woman, you love them all the same and you love them. You greet them the same, kiss them the same, love them the same, guide them the same, protect them the same. That's how God sees us. We play around with this little coloring stuff. But if Shakur Stevenson want to identify himself as a Puerto Rican and represent his father, why the hell do you have a problem with it? Why the hell do you have a problem that he wants to identify what his father is, which makes him a Puerto Rican? Puerto Rican are also behind Shakur Stevenson, and they're supporting Shakur Stevenson, and they have adopted Shakur Stevenson as their own. Why do you have a problem with it? And why don't you have and if you love Shakur Stevenson and he's black as well, Shakur Stevenson never came out saying that he's not proud of being a black man either. But he's embracing his Puerto Rican side. Why are you mad at that? Shout out to Top Rank. Shout out to all the Latinos, Hispanics. You already know Hispanic Heritage Month. And just like we, as Hispanics, when it's Black History Month, celebrate. Hope y'all celebrate with us as well. Put that fist up for us as well. Because I know when African Americans fighting, we fighting alongside with y'all. Oh, my fault. We're black too, so I can't. Do y'all fight with Latinos? Do y'all fight for Latinos? When we protesting out there? I'm just saying. It's kind of frustrating to hear and read all this stuff for no reason. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson, man. Hope you get that fight with De Los Santos, el Dominicano, Puerto Rican versus Dominican. That's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good setting. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good setting. It's going to be like a baseball game. You know what I'm saying? Boricua con los Dominicanos, con los Plataneros. Ya tú sabes, but Puerto Rican and Dominicans, we all love each other. We just are, we competitive, but we love each other. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.